Alright, let's do the Shaman achievement. Whelp Played. Gain 10 mana crystals, and then 20 mana crystals with the Emberscarred Whelp. So the Emberscarred Whelp, 3 mana 3/2 dragon with the battle cry, discover a 5 cast card, gain 1 mana crystal next turn only. So, on the face of it, play this 20 times. Certainly, Brewmasters can make it happen more times in the game. A Shudderblock, if you can manage it, can potentially get both copies of it, or a copy and the bounced copy, 3 times. So you can basically each Shudderblock you play can be an additional to progress. I see no reason not to play Fairy Tale Forest to help draw these Battlecry minions. And finally, Imbue Hunter is such a problem that I'm going to start putting Dirty Rat in pretty much every deck. Also, to a lesser degree, Protoss Mage. Both of those come to the point where you can be one shot on a given turn, no matter what you've done up until that point. But at least Protoss Mage usually takes longer to get there. But if I'm playing up against a Hunter or a Mage, I'm pretty much gonna Dirty Rat as soon as I can every single time. And I may even use Brewmasters on the Dirty Rat if I fail to hit the key cards. But other than that, because I want Fairy Tale Forest to get me my Whelps and my Shudderwock as consistently as possible, I do want to avoid putting any other battle cries in the deck unless I find one that's just like vital. So let me see what I come up with. Alright, so I've mostly added spells into the deck. So we have a Taelan Fordring, which could be a way to get the Shudderblock if I don't manage to get it with the Fairy Tale Forests, but it'll still get me something. And it's a death rattle, not a battle cry. I didn't put the caricature artists in here because they are battle cries. Couple of lightning storms, couple of hexes, couple of feral spirits, couple of farsights. Just, spells to help me deal with the board and stay alive if possible. Similarly, the Malted Magma, Loot Hoarders for death rattle based draw, Living Flame for death rattle based draw, Aspect for a little bit of draw and a little bit of health restore, and sure, imbue my hero power a little bit. I don't have terribly many minions here, but evolving them into something a little bit higher is probably, generally speaking, a better use of the hero power than a totem. But that's mostly here for the healing and the draw. And then lightning bolts and blazing invocation, because this could give me access to battlecry minions without having to put them in my deck, which in turn could be whelps or shutterblocks. So, could be, not reliable certainly, but could be a way to get even more progress. Alright, let's see how it goes.
Throw versus Malfurion.
Oh,
The nightmare shall end.
this is attempt number 3. I've gotten through about half my deck both times before, and I have drawn, so far, 0 whelps, which puts me in the bottom 1/16th of possibility for that happening, not counted I do have some draw targeting battle cries. So this has been colossally unlucky just for seeing whelps so far. But sometimes there's just not much you can do about that.
Job done.
And while I called out Imbue Hunters and Protoss Mages in particular, Druid is also something that you really don't have a lot of time for, because those golems are going to be getting pretty big pretty quick. And then they'll put out a sing-along buddy and you just can't keep up.
As a gracious host, I will tend to you personally. How entertaining.
Let's see what I get. I'll take that. Out of these, I'll go for a Discover.
Time waits for no one.
So, let's see what I get. A Whelp. Okay, so I definitely don't want to overload myself because I want to do the Shudderblock next turn. So let's see what I can discover here. I will take the 3 damage to a minion spell.
Grow big and strong.
Time waits for no one.
$16 damage on the field. I'm not gonna die, hopefully. So I'm gonna risk the Shudderblock.
Time waits for no one.
Okay, so I'm gonna discover three, and that's definitely gonna overload my hand. But what I really care about is the mana crystals. So I'll essentially only be discovering one of these. And I guess I'll go with Spirits of the Forest. This doesn't really matter because I can't get it, and this doesn't really matter because I can't get it. I will then...
Drink with me, friend.
And... I have 4.
There is little time.
I really wish I had one of my... That's the best thing I can do, I think. And then I'll go ahead and do that.
The best view comes after the hardest climb.
for no one.
Okay, so I get my mana crystals, one of which is unlocked here, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and do this again. And I can't survive next turn.
There is little time. The winds of Azeroth, gods of the wild.
Oh yeah, that doesn't help.
Shaman, accept.
Yeah, there was pretty much no way for me to survive. I really wish I had gotten the lightning storm this time, and a hex would have been nice much earlier, but I didn't. But I should have. I think I probably only get 3 progress because I didn't make it to the next turn to see the 6. So at least that'll be interesting to find out. Yep, you've got to survive to the next turn to actually see the benefit from the whelp to make progress. So I only made 3, and I mean, unfortunately, and it's been kind of a thing with these videos in this mini set. The meta has become so fast and toxic that it's hard to do achievements because people are out there ending the game before you even hit 10 mana a lot of the time. So yeah, kind of hate it, but I am making progress, so I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Alright, have a good one.